Hello, hi, hey, how you guys doing today? This is the No Shirt comedian Kevin Robinson, man. I'm telling you, I'm living another day, man. I'm getting sick. Yeah, that's a part of life, man. Getting sick, you know what I'm saying? Tomorrow's not promised, so I won't complain. No matter how much I'm in pain or hurt, I won't complain. That's what it's all about. I'm 65 years old, man, and God gave me 65 years, so He could have took me at 20 or 30 or 40 years old, so I won't complain, man. Every day I wake up, I don't ask God for nothing, man. I don't ask Him for nothing. He's given me 65 years. So if you one of those people that's complaining about how you're sick and how you're feeling and you're in pain and everything, He done gave you 20, 30 years of life, you better be grateful, man. You better get off your damn seat and get up and shout hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some energy in this life, man. We're not gonna live forever in the flesh. He told us that. And so what we so shocked about? If He told us that we ain't gonna live forever in the flesh, then what we complaining about? You know what I'm saying? He gave us something to eat. He gave us some shelter over our head. Even if you're laying on the street, He gave you some water, some food. He gave you another day to stand up and say, thank you, God, for another day. Man, you feel the energy that I got. I gotta have it, man. I'm gonna write a book because I love it. It's called The KR Story. Man, this book is gonna be crazy, man. I got a story to tell before I leave this earth, man. That's what life is all about. You gotta build life every day, so you're building memories. So when you get up out of here, all the person gotta do is just go to the video and see you live, and if they want to play you every day, they can see you every day. But if you don't have no memories, man, they push that button and guess what? It's just black. Nothing. No story to tell about your legacy. Nothing to say who this person was as they was walking on the earth. I'm full of, boy, I am so happy to be living another day, man. I survived prostate cancer so far. So far. Okay. But I could have died. Hey, we living in a world, man. There's so many people that's so ungrateful, man. And one thing I want to really say, the reason why I even put this show together is called the Any and Everything Show. Yes, that's right. You listen to the Any and Everything Show, man, because I'm going to be talking about any and everything. You hear me? From politics, religion, relationships. I mean, come on now. People say, damn, Kevin, how are you so grateful, man? Because I'm grateful. I'm a dreamer, man. I'm a dreamer. I'm writing a book, man. It's called The KR. That's right. The KR Story. Man, I'm going to tell you something. Ever since I was 10 or 11 years old as a kid, man, you wouldn't believe this. I could play with fire trucks and be into it and watching Squad 51 on TV every day. And I can get so deep into that fire truck, man, to it almost becomes like I'm living as a firefighter. I started dreaming, man, at an early age, and it was scary. And guess what? The first job out of high school in 1979, I became a firefighter for the city of LA, man. Can you believe that? It was just a dream. I wasn't serious. It was like, woo, woo, woo. I became it. And then I got bored with that. And then next thing I know, man, I started buying guns and going around and watching Adam 12 on TV every day. And I started believing I was a police officer. Can you believe that? And I said, no, I can't be no police officer, man. I'm black, man. And back in the 90s, early 80s, no, not me. And I started playing with toy police officers, and sirens. And every time I seen a police car come by, it would excite me, man. I bought some handcuffs and a super soaker and just shooting it. Just in my mind, I was a police officer. Can you believe that? And it was scary because I was in the bathroom one day and I was looking in the mirror and I said, I can't be no police officer. It's dangerous out there. It's complex. You got to deal with people. You got to deal with murder. You got to deal with death. You got to deal with all these different things. And before you know it, guess what? I started slowly as the months went by. Being a firefighter was turning me off. It wasn't exciting anymore. I had another dream. And when I had this dream, man, I'd be dreaming daydreaming. I'm a police officer, and I just became a police officer in my mind. And so in my mind, guess what? I was a police officer. And guess what? The job at the fire department. Guess what I ended up doing? I became a police officer for the city of Los Angeles, man. I was living this for real. I thought I was dreaming, but this was for real. Everybody, they know me. I used to be a police officer for LAPD, man, working all kind of different details. And it was scary. So I found myself one day as the years started going by playing with airplanes. And I said, oh no, Kevin. And I started getting scared, man. I said, come on. What is it that every time I start thinking about something and dreaming about something, that happens? And I started losing interest in that, in planes. And I said, you know what? No, this can't be happening, Lord. How come every time I think about something or dream about something, it starts happening to me? It starts happening to me. And guess what? I ended up being a ramp agent for United Airlines and Amazon Air, working with airplanes, man. Ain't that something? Not only was I working with the airplanes, man, but I became a supervisor. I was training people how to put water on the plane. The lavatory, try to change the lavatory in the plane. The interior security search for the plane, from the cockpit where the pilots are all the way to the back. I mean, I was doing stuff, man, like I had to pinch myself sometimes because I'm like, is this for real? Am I really doing this? And then people started telling me, Kevin, you always changing jobs. You never keep one job. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I had a talk with myself at a young age as all these dreams started coming true. I wasn't getting jobs just for the job. I was getting jobs because people told me what I couldn't do. I couldn't dream. So I wanted to prove people wrong all my life. I became a firefighter because people told me I couldn't do it. And so I dreamed it and I did it. Who won't tell me what I can't do? I didn't give a damn about a job until I became a police officer because people said I couldn't do it. And I was dreaming about it. And I said, God, if I'm dreaming about it, I could do it. And so I did it. And so I just kept doing it. I don't believe that you got to just have one job for 30 years, 40 years. Why should you just have one? Why can't you have a variety of skills? I know people, man, after they lost their job after 10, 15 years and they didn't know what to do after that. Not me, man. I worked with trains. You hear me? With trains, man. Who does that? I had a dream about working with trains, and I had a dream about being a FedEx driver. I used to see them; they look so cool driving around the street. Yep, I used to be a FedEx driver in Plano, Texas. I had my own route, and I worked FedEx ground. I mean, man. When I dream, man, and it's scary, man. I had a dream about driving Uber. And I became an Uber driver. Not just for the job, just because I could do whatever I want to do. You could do whatever you want to do. Just got to cut people out of your life. Plan and look ahead and start doing what you need to do. Start just doing what you need to do. That's all. Some people dream, but nothing happens after that dream. Everything is just there. But you know what? When I dream, man, it's a whole nother ball of wax. Real stuff started happening. Man. So I'm just here to tell you today, man. My last dream is, to become healthy and to live on this earth and walk on this earth with no pain every day. Every day I'm in pain, but I just want to walk on this earth every day with no pain. And not only that, it's hard enough to live every day with health issues and pain and tomorrow's not promised and all these different things. But what makes it harder is that when I was born and my mother and father had me, I had no choice to raise my hand and say, hey, I want to be black, Lord. And so because of the color of my skin, I went through some hard times in life, like a lot of us. And The other dream I have is that before I leave this earth is that there could be no more racism. There could be no more people who want to hate me because the color of my skin. People who want to hate me because they're white, they're Indian, they're Hispanic, they're Asian, and we're living in this world where just because who you are, people hate you and they want to kill you. So I have a dream that all of that bullshit stops one day. All this police brutality, all this mental illness. You know, a lot of people don't realize, man, that you got a lot of people out there with mental illness. But you know what? You know what's scarier than that? Is a man walking down the street demonstrating that he has a mental illness, and then the police pulls up on him. And guess what? You know what's scarier than that? A police officer with mental illness. A lot of people don't understand that. You know, you got these guys who they were in the military or the war or whatever, and they got out and they're shell shocked, and you know they went through some traumatic stuff out there in the military, and now they're on the street dealing with people in the public. And they hear a pop, or you know they can't deal with life the same way because hey, they was traumatized. And so now here you are traumatized, confronting another person with the mental illness. Now both y'all got mental illness, and guess who's gonna win? The one with the badge and the gun and the laws to back them up. The only difference is the other guy, he has mental illness and he don't have a badge, a gun, and the law to back him up. So don't get it twisted. Just because you got cops out there on the street don't mean they can't have mental illness too. So, you know what? Not only should we focus on the homeless with mental illness, but we're going to have to start focusing on police officers with mental illness also. And if you're a police officer, you're a comrade of mine. We live the same world. We work the same jobs. Think about this, man. Every day you go to work, man, it ain't worth it. Putting your hands on somebody or killing somebody or hurting somebody because you got the power to do it, man. That means that not only do you got a mental illness, but you got an issue too. Don't you love your wife at home? Don't you love your kids at home? Would you want somebody to put their hands on your kids? Would you want somebody to put their hands on your wife? So you got to think about that, man. You want to come home every day to your people. You out there working hard to put a roof over their head and put food in their stomach and take care of them. But then is it worth it for you to go out there and just want to beat a nigga? Is it worth that? Huh? Do you love your wife and kids that much where you just got to go out there and just beat a nigga? Is it worth it? If it is, you don't need to be a cop, man. You don't need to be a cop. They got some cops out there that don't need to be cops. And it's just not that. You got some fools that working at McDonald's that don't need to be working at McDonald's or Jack in the Box or Taco Bell or Disneyland or Universal Studios or bus drivers or kids. You got people out there, man, that just don't. Can you hear me? Okay. And so you have to be careful out there. This is the No Shirt Comedian, and this is the Any and Everything Show. I'm going to get back to you guys at least once a week. Thank you for listening to me. I got carried away a little bit, man. So tomorrow ain't promised. To God be the glory. Talk to you later. Peace. Love you guys all.